Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I am Toy, and well, this is the life. I am a mother, I am a Christian, I homeschool, I'm a vegetarian, I'm also a Jehovah's Witness, I am a wife. If any of these things interest you, then stay tuned to this channel. So today I'm going to try to do a very short story time because my phone is about to die. I am here at in front of, what is the name of this store again? So Dunkin' Donuts and Panda Express. So they have the new vegan chickens. So it is a fake version of the what is it called? Orange chicken. But it's so good. It's made from impossible meat, I believe. Yeah, so it's really, really good. You should totally try it. This is probably my third time having it, and I'm not even a huge Panda Express fan because they never have stuff for the vegetarians, but this is definitely where you want to be. So, my mom is moving again. I know some of you who have been subscribed to this channel for a while, you know that my mom moved approximately about 1.5 to 2 years ago. It was not a good move. So the landlord, personally, as an individual, he's a very nice guy, but he just has a lot of excuses for things that should be done. And it's not even all him. He has really ghetto tenants. So like the tenants do stupid stuff. They vandalize the building. The people over top of my mom, they make fake bombs and throw them out, like some homemade bomb concoction they've worked up. And so like my mom has all these holes by her window because of them throwing out their fake bombs. Like they took the fire extinguisher. I know I said that word wrong. Do not correct me in the comments. Don't come for me in these comments about that word. So they took it and sprayed it all over the stairs and stuff. Like they just do stupid stuff. They let their dogs free. My daughter recently just got chased by a pit bull in her complex. So long story short, it's not even all the landlord. Yeah, it's him too. I mean, not him as an individual, but it's just certain things are broke. She's had a washer and dryer that has been broken down for about 3 months. So yeah, so anyway, she's looking for a new place to move, and we found this cool place that was basically recommended by housing. And my mom does have a housing voucher, in case you were wondering. And so we went to a meet and greet, which they have those often to kind of help people who want to move. And so we went, and they said, oh, we have a new construction called The Bridge, and that is up and coming in the southeast area on Martin Luther King Avenue. If you are from Southeast or you from DC, it's over there by that big chair. So you know, we looked at it online, and it's a dope place. Like it's gonna have a fitness center, and it's catered to low income. So we were really looking forward to it. Knew nothing about it until she brought it up. And I keep looking behind me, guys, because we're like in a parking spot we're not supposed to be in. So I just got to look at my surroundings, and I'm in a sketchy place too. So anyways, so yeah, we filled out the application. I talked to the lady on the phone and was like, so when can I fill out an application? She was like, can you come today? So we went up there. I paid my mom's application fee. We did the application. I submitted all important documentation, income, everything she needed. After that, about 4 days went past. So I called on my mom's behalf and was like, do you have an answer if she got approved, or like where's she at in the process? So the lady was like, oh, well, let me let you know by Friday. That was about a week and a half ago. My dates might be a little fuzzy, but anyways, I think when I had spoke to her that day, it was like a Wednesday, and she was saying like, let her get back to me by Friday with some more details. So I'm like, okay, cool. Friday came, she didn't call. So after that, Monday came, I called again. I was told she would call back. She still didn't call. a little more time went by. Eventually, I got in touch with her, and she said the holdup has been because her current landlord has not provided a verification of where she lives, how much she pays, and what type of tenant she is, just in general. And so I was like, oh, well, let me see if I can get in touch with him. So I did not succeed, but I did succeed of getting in touch with someone from his management company. So she told me that was sufficient. So the lady claimed to had sent her an email from his company. And so, I called to see if she received the email. And she was just kind of like shrugging me off or whatever. Like, I could hear in the background, but her receptionist was just kind of like, they want to see if you received the email. And she's just like, I'm kind of busy or whatever. But she was like, tell them I'll call them back, blase, blase. But then I was like, well, I'm just verifying that she received it. That's it. So then I hear her say, no, she didn't receive it, but she doesn't have time, right now. So I'm like, wait, she didn't receive it. So I called the management company back, which is called, I think it's called Deanwood Management, something like that. Girl, don't give me the line. But anyway, so I called Edgewood. That's it. Edgewood Management. So I called them back and I'm like, she said she didn't get y'all email. So I do recall her saying originally that if I could get the landlord on three-way, she could verify it, like, verbally. So I was like, well, since I have you on the phone, this is like, I said, someone from the management company. I said, can I call her on three-way so that she could just verbally verify it? So the lady was like, fine, I'll hold on. So I put the lady on three-way and I called the company, and so I'm like, I need to speak to her because I have them on the line since she didn't get the email so they can get the verification. So, anyways, she gets on the phone and she's like, I'm very busy right now. So I was like, oh, okay, because I know you said that you could do it verbally and you said you didn't receive the email. So then she lies, y'all. She says, I never said I didn't get the email. I said I never looked. So the lady from Edgewood was like, well, so do you have it or do you not? Because she was like, I sent it. So she catches this attitude with her and she's like, ma'am, I didn't say I don't have it. I said I'm busy. I'm not looking right now. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to let it ride right now. So she was like, I will call y'all back. So about 2 days went past, did not receive any phone calls. So my brother gets involved now. He got a little too. If y'all don't know him, ask somebody. He got a little too. See, this child was the one that was raised right. That one was raised something else. So he had a little too. So he was like, we've been told constantly we're going to receive a phone call back. We've been told constantly we'll get an update. And here we are going on week 3 almost and don't even know if she got the place or not. If we should be looking at other places, we know nothing at the, as it stands. So I don't know what their conversation consists of, but then some time went by, a couple of days went by, whatever. I know he was still calling. I stopped calling. But then they started calling my phone to ask me for things that were already sent. They started asking for different verification for different things like income and stuff like that. And I'm like, but when we initially did the application, I already sent all that stuff. So every time I would try to inquire, why is this stuff being asked again or anything about, like, so are we getting closer? Like, with you guys asking all these things, does she have a place or what? They would tell me that they're not at liberty to give me any information. So let me get this right. You're calling my cell phone. Let's drink to this. Oh yeah, you calling my cell phone. You asking me important information about my mother, but you're not at liberty to tell me nothing. So after that, I told my mom, you know what? I'm out of it. I'm just going to let you communicate with them because, every time I try to communicate with them, they're telling me that they're not at liberty to tell me anything. So the day that the incident happened, yes, the incident, I called early in the morning and I asked, I don't know if you guys have me down on file or not, but I am my mom's proxy. I'm her caregiver. So every time you guys call me, you always ask me for information, but you're not at liberty to share anything with me. So I said, I just want to let you know my mom does have dementia and she's very forgetful and very confused at times. So it would probably be best if you would put me on the file to be a person of contact. So the lady was like, okay, fine. But then she calls me right back and says, oh, we can't do that because you didn't provide documentation stating that you are any of these things to her. So I said, okay, so what about my brother? Can he be put on file because he is going to be on the lease? So she said, okay, fine. After that, I never called those people again. Well, they called my cell phone yesterday and they wanted to inquire more questions. So I said, what is this in regards to? The lady acted very hesitant to tell me what. So she gets on the phone with my mom, and it's in regards to more paperwork that was already submitted to them. So I told her, I said, I have that paperwork you're talking about, and I'll send it again. What email am I sending it to this time? The lady cuts me off, and she's like, ma'am, are you the tenant? So I said, no, I'm just asking, like, what do you want me to send the email to? Because I have all those documents you're talking about. So she's like, ma'am, I cannot talk to you on behalf of your mother. Mind you, my mother's sitting right here saying, that's my daughter in the background just helping me. And so after that, I went on ahead, took my phone and hung up. Because you ain't fitting to talk to me like I'm 8. So I went and took my phone, I hung up. The lady calls my cell phone back and she says, my mom picks up the phone. Because I give my mom the phone. I said, Mom, I don't got time for this. Here, talk to this lady. So my mom picks up the phone and she says, is this LaToya or her mother, Annette Pearson? So my mom says, well, this is Annette. So she says, oh, let me speak to your daughter. So she gets on the phone and says, did you hang up on me? Yeah, I did. I was trying to explain to you. I just wanted to know the email to send the stuff to, and you weren't even trying to hear me. You were cutting me off, being very unruly. Yes, I hung up. So the lady was like, oh, because all I'm saying is it's in your best interest to get documentation. I said, ma'am, I already have documentation. It's just y'all don't have a copy of it. I said, but if you tell me where to send it to, then I'll send it to y'all. So she's like, oh, well, all I'm saying is if your mother did get moved in here, if you think you're going to get a key, or if you think if something goes wrong, we're going to just let you in. It's not going to happen if we don't have documentation on file. I said, well, ma'am, I'm not asking for a key. I was just asking where to send the email to. But that's not the point. You're not listening. The point is, so she goes on for a good 5 minutes back and forth with me. I'm really unable to get a word in because she's like over talking me. Long story short, I just kindly told her, I said, ma'am, I have documentation. You're not listening to me. You don't have it, but I have it. So she's like, oh, well, if that's the case, just send it. You can send that to us. Thank you. Have a nice day. Let's sip on this. I'm just agitated. Leave me a comment. What y'all think? Like, no, she didn't curse at me or call me out of my name, but I felt so disrespected. And so today, that was yesterday. Today, I'm trying to move on with life, and she emails me that the documentation I sent to her in the past, it didn't like the way I took the picture. It's not acceptable. So she's like, can you resubmit the stuff? At this point, I think she's just being spiteful. But I'm like, why are you still emailing me to help if I can't be involved? So basically, they want me to be involved when they want me to be involved. Come on, I want y'all to give me y'all feedback on this, because as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, and if you're wondering, this was supposed to be a pumpkin spice latte, but Dunkin' Donuts don't understand what it means to be stressed. So they decided to run out of them. So now it's a vanilla latte. And then they don't understand what it means when you ask for oat milk. So they put whipped cream on top of it, knowing that I can't even have dairy. That's the type of day I'm having, y'all. But, I mean, leave me a comment, though. Tell me, out of y'all, from what I'm explaining to y'all, tell me if I'm overreacting, but I'm so irritated with the situation. And I'm just wondering if maybe I'm not being patient enough. Maybe if you are a landlord, tell me if it irritates you when an elderly person's child kind of takes over. Tell me if that irritates you. Any profession that you have, tell me, because I noticed that happens a lot. Even when we go to the doctors, it's like doctors don't want to talk to me. Like, I feel like, why do I have to show that I'm her proxy if y'all know I'm her daughter and I'm just helping? Like, I don't be disrespectful. Y'all be like, yes, ma'am, and everything else. I'm done with this conversation. I love y'all. Y'all have a good day. Y'all good people. And leave me a comment what you feel about this conversation. Ladies, gents, whoever, stay strong.